Good, good. Okay. So when you come to Water Media Gallery, you're going to come, it's going to kind of look like this, actually. Okay, so there's
The
Judy's
flower.
pretty painting, and just to give you an overview of what the homepage looks like, these paintings are from all of the people who are currently on the site, and I want to mention that every time this page loads, the homepage loads, these paintings rearrange themselves randomly. So there's no one person, like the newest person who has joined WASH is not going to appear at the top. These will always be reconfigured every time you refresh. So there, that will show you that it's a different grouping now. I just wanted to let you know that. So let's say you are here for the first time. I'm hoping that you will be interested in selling or talking about selling, and you can check out subscriptions here. This is, um, self-explanatory. You get a 60-day free trial to set up your store. If you want to be an annual subscriber, it's $120 a year. If you want to be a basic seller and just try it out for a month or two, once your free trial is over, you can subscribe for a month at a time. No matter how you subscribe, you can cancel at any time. Uh, and the thing is, you're looking at these, what I feel is very fair membership prices. But the fact is, you get 100% of your sale when you sell a painting. That's something I'm really proud of. I'm not here to make money, obviously. I'm not here to do much more than just pay for my hosting service and the shipping component and a few of the, and Culpreet, my web designer. So I'm looking forward to having some more members just so that I have some of those things covered. This pretty much says the same thing as the other. I don't know why we have two of those. I'll have to check on that. So, how to begin? I have all of these little YouTube videos here. These are things I'm going to go over today, but I'm going to show you how to register as a vendor. I'm going to show you how to add artwork. I'm going to show you a very easy way to set your shipping settings. And these two things down here are important to the site because I don't think you can even do put merchandise into your store, merchandise, your artwork into your store without registering for at least one of these pay portals. So right now I'm going to go ahead and click up here on my account. If you're going to register for the first time, you're going to put your email address in and your password, and you are not going to allow this uh, to be checked. You are a vendor, you're a seller, so you would subscribe as a seller. And under these circumstances, you would put your name, your first name and last name. You would create a username and password. Your shop name. Now this is kind of up to you. You can have a name for your store if you want to. Personally, I like to use my name. I like to put my shop name as Susan Giannantonio. This URL will automatically be created for you once you put the shop name in. It's going to say https watermediagallery.com/store/ and the name of your shop name, but it's going to appear there automatically. Then you put your phone number in, and don't forget that you are a vendor and you register. So I am already registered, obviously. So I'm going to fill in my username and password, and I'm going to go into the back end of my store, which is called the dashboard. Now, I want to
Mhm.
tell you before I forget to do this, I want to mention that if you are ever in the weeds, you're filling out, you're adding a piece of artwork into your store and you're kind of lost and you want to get back to this dashboard, this is something that's new. A lot of our links for the first time are down here in the footer. So if you ever get lost, you can always scroll down and get back to your dashboard here by clicking on Seller Dashboard. Um, I have some pricing ideas. We talk about sales tax support. This is me and my colleague Kulpreet in India who will support with any questions. But I think the most important thing down here is you can get back to this page to your dashboard by scrolling down here. Um, and so this would be you. As you start, you would get to this dashboard and you might want to come all the way down here. This shows your artwork. I will certainly be coming back to this because this is where we're going to add our art. These are the orders that will show up. You would be notified the moment somebody pays for something. You will get an email notifying you that a purchase has been made, and it would lead you through the process of creating a label and shipping it and whatnot. But anyway, reports, that's not really important. Subscription, this shows you uh, what kind of subscriber you are. So if you ever want to upgrade, let's say you're at a basic level of $12 a month and you decide you want to go to a little bit more expensive, $18 a month, that means that you can put in quite a few more artwork than the basic level. Okay, 12 paintings at the basic
Wow.
level.
Susan, can I ask you, I noticed in the first part it said that if you want to do a, just automatic every year,
Yes.
it says 12 paintings per year. Uh,
Okay.
Now that means, but you can switch them every
You can
month.
switch them. You can switch them. If you sell them, this is my store, and I'll be showing you. I left a few sold ones on there marked sold because to me, if it if the public sees that you have some sold paintings, it kind of shows that but you can take your sold ones out and put new ones in. And amongst friends, as I said, I can always tweak this a little bit if you need me to alter this. This is we can do with this whatever we want to do. But okay, so I'm going to settings here, and maybe I should eventually create a category, an annual category that allows for more than a dozen paintings. That's certainly something I maybe should look at. When I when you as a user have any issues that you would like uh, me to address. This is a work in progress. I am thrilled with suggestions. You let me know what you think this website needs, and I'm all ears. So we're here to please. So I came on my dashboard all the way down to settings. This is really one of only two things on this navigation bar that are important, the artwork and the settings as you get started. So in the settings, if you click settings, you're going to come to this screen. It's going to offer you a place to put an image back here, upload an image, and upload a profile picture. And I'll show you where these end up in just a minute. In fact, I'll show you right now. So when someone wants to look at an artist's store, let's say someone is shopping, they want to look at an artist store and they want to see this famous artist, Susan Giannantonio. So they want to click on her. And this is where this background image shows up. And it's a picture of me. And here is an opportunity for a bit of a biography. I'm going to show you in a minute in the dashboard where to put a bit of a biography. And so I just put a very brief biography down here and a link to my website. You can put in whatever you want, but I just wanted to show you from the front end what this is going to look like. And here's a place for someone who's interested in me as a vendor. They can send me a message if they want to. this is, again, this is the front end where a customer is looking at it. Now we're going to go back to the
I
back
have to call
end
you back.
where you as a seller are, and that this is where you fill in this information, your store name, your address, and I do like to show my email address in my store. Should somebody want to email me, that's fine. And here's my little chance for a blurb. You can put as much or as little information about you as you'd like to. There's always a place at the very bottom of the page you need to scroll down and save. If you enter something into your store or do anything at all and you see that it didn't show up, it's always because you forgot to scroll down and save. At the bottom of every page that you enter information, you have to go save it. Just a caution. So here we are. We have our store information set up. The reason that we have to put our name and address in here is because the shipper,
Lost it.
whenever you're shipping, the shipping company, whether it's FedEx, UPS, USPS, they need to know the origin from where you are sending your product, your artwork. It's important for them to know that. So that's where this information comes from. So on the left here, we have settings, which we just clicked to get to this screen. And under settings, I'm going to click on store. So, okay, that didn't give us anything different. Okay, so now I'm going to click on payment. This is important. When you want to add either PayPal or Stripe or both, you click over here and add a payment method. And it will drop down either PayPal or Stripe. You choose here and it will walk you through your PayPal or your Stripe sign up process. Now, if you already have a PayPal account, you may not have a PayPal business account, and that's required for WaterMediaGallery because when you are a seller, no matter what company you're selling from, you have to have a business account. And that simply means that if you make $10,000 or more, and we hope that we would do that, but I haven't quite yet on this website. But PayPal has to report that to the IRS, and that's understandable. But it's a very, very simple process. Now, if you have a personal account on PayPal and you don't have a business account, here's where you'll have to make a decision. You can set up a new account that's a business account and keep your personal account separate, which I did because when I'm buying and selling for my business, that is Susan Giannantonio, I want those books to be separate. I don't want every little thing that I pay for online for my household, for my that I share with my husband. I want that separate from my business account. What you do is entirely up to you. I'm just giving you a heads up that you will have that option once you go into this add payment method. Now, can you see when I'm hovering over this add payment method that there is a drop down that says direct to PayPal? Can you see that on the right?
Yes.
I'm hovering
Yes.
over add payment method. Now, this is not going to look like this when you do it because my PayPal and Stripe accounts are already in place. I can't really demonstrate exactly what a beginner's screen is going to look like. That's why I'm going to some lengths to show you that you'll need to add those here. So once you get your payment set up, which really is very straightforward, very easy, I'm not going to go here, but under settings, you can set up your social profile if you want to. This is where you could put your Instagram, Facebook page, whatever type of social media that you do or not. And down here, if you have an interest in the store SEO, you can click on this as well, but it's certainly not important when you set this up. And I will be doing classes on all of these little nuances. They will be posted to YouTube, and I will be sending out notifications this summer when I'm showing you a little bit more about these things. SEO, by the way, is something I'm really proud of. This is a search engine optimization that will take our website. When somebody does a search, we will show up. I'm really proud of that. And the more we use it and the more artists who get on board, the more prominently we will show up. SEO is kind of a tricky thing, but we're looking forward to having lots and lots of traffic, a lot more traffic than any one of us would get to our own personal websites. So that's what's really nifty about this. If I want to visit my store, this little icon down here at the bottom would take me to my store. If I want to edit my account, I can click here. And if I want to log out, I can click down here. But what I want to do now, and this is one of the most important things, I want to come up here to artworks right under dashboard, because here is where things really take place. Now, I already have obviously lots and lots of work on this site. But if I had no work on this site, or since I want to add new work to this site, I would come up here to the right and I would click Add New Product. So I'm going to click on there, and here is where I can add a new painting. I will do that, but I'm going to just go back to the previous page just so that you can see if I make any mistakes or want to make any changes. I come down to the painting that I want to edit. Let's say I entered something, but I forgot to put the price in the entry. So I can hover over the name and it's going to show up all of these options. The edit feature is not there unless I hover over this and I click edit. And this takes me to a product that I entered last week. I'll walk you through what I need to fill out when I enter a new product. Rather than put a new one in, I will show you how I did this one. I gave it a title and the URL, which means the link that anybody could use to find this painting is right here. And so if I wanted to put this link on Facebook, I could click on that and copy it. And I could, in fact, I'll do that for you just incidentally. I could copy this and I could go to my Facebook page. I'm taking this out of turn, but I can right click on this and I can right click on this. And why can't I put it on there? Paste.
I don't know where all this is.
And there's the painting. It's just that easy.
Susan,
Mm-hmm.
what if I called one of my paintings Garden Burst? Would it be confused?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
That's a good question. Every single product here gets a different URL. I did want to show you that it's really easy to advertise your work on social media. There are a number of ways to do it, but my goodness, and I can add information up here. I can say, I just did a new painting and here it's available, or, whatever you want to say, but it's just so easy to share. So let's go back here. I'm not going to go into this today, but if you should ever want to talk about this before I get my YouTube video up about it, the product type has to do with everything is going to default to a simple product unless you have, let's say, a print of a painting that comes in 2 or 3 sizes. So if I've got a print that I'm offering several sizes of, then I have a variable product. So I'm not going to go into that right now because I'm assuming that as people get their stores set up, they're pretty much offering individual paintings. Now, under any circumstances, if you have any questions where you are entering something that is a little bit different from what the norm is, just contact me, send me an email. I will walk you through what you need to do, or I will walk me through what changes I need to make on the back end. But just there will be a lot of fields here that you can just ignore, and this is one of them. If you just have a painting that you're doing. The category of painting, if you click on here, right now I've got 3D, I've got giclée prints, I've got original on canvas or other. That could be a board, it could be slate, I don't care, tile. But if you have an original painting on something other than paper, this would be your category, which is the case for this painting. Original on paper. So this is where you define what category of painting you're offering. In this case, it's on board, and this is where I put my price. I personally don't like to discount anything because I feel like, the prices that I offer are very fair. And I don't feel like, this is just a personal thing, but I don't feel like anybody's looking for a sales price or a bargain when they're investing in artwork. So I like to keep my prices consistent. Okay, so tags, I don't even know what brand is. That just appeared today. I've never seen that before, but you never know what I'm gonna find back here. But okay, so tags, if I click on here, I have several tags. So let's say somebody comes to this website and they want to find an abstract floral. So I've labeled this painting an abstract. I've clicked on abstract and I've clicked on floral. You don't have to use tags if you don't want to. It's not important. The important thing is you put a title in, you put your price in, and you come down here and you give it a short description. I'm going to talk about that description in a minute, but I want to show you what it looks like when you look at it. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to look at this painting. Now I'm a customer. I'm a customer and I clicked on this because I really liked it on the website homepage. So this is where this information is all going to end up. This is the back end. This is your dashboard. This is the front end that your customer is going to see. So my title, my category is an original on paper. This is giving your customer all the information that he or she is going to need when they visualize what they're buying. We don't want any questions. When a customer comes and we haven't answered all their questions, they're going to move on to the next painting because they're going to be confused. They don't really know what they're getting. So I want to put in this short description. By the way, check that out. It zooms right in and shows the customer all of the delicious detail as you hover over it. And I'm going to show you how this happens. They click there and they see your painting in context. I'll talk about that in a minute. This first descriptor, short description, is the one that's going to land to the right of the painting as you look at it, as the customer looks at it. So I like to look at this as the most brief bit. Keep this fairly concise. So what I usually do is I like to put the name of the painting here, and I like to make it bold so it sticks out. And then I like to put the size and the medium. So here I'm saying, picture yourself as the customer. This is a 12 by 12 inch WaterMedia collage on gallery wrapped canvas. And it's in a 14 by 14 inch floater frame. It's wired and ready for hanging. Wow. So I've told them pretty much everything that they need to know about what this is going to be when they take it out of the package. In this case, it's going to be ready to put on the wall. Now, in a lot of cases, I'm selling my particularly watercolors. I don't like to ship frames. So the watercolors that I sell, I pretty much exclusively sell them, and it will say 12 by 12 inch watercolor in 14 by 14 inch matte, ready for framing. Ready for framing. No apologies. I want to tell them what they can expect. And that's up to them to take it to Michael's or wherever they want to take it and pop it in a frame. So I'm going to go back here and show you what this says. Here it is. In this case, Garden Cacophony, and I didn't bold that, so I need to go back. By the way, I'm not looking at the same painting here as I am here. So in this case, I forgot to make this bold, and you can see how this would really show up nicely if I had put this with a bold font. But the point is, get the work out there and get it seen, get it off your wall and get it seen by people. Now I'm going to scroll down here. I'm still looking at this as a customer. I'm scrolling down here, and down here, there's a different kind of description, which is entered down here. This is the description as opposed to the short description. Down here at the bottom, I like to put something that's a little bit personal about what it was like to paint this painting, because customers, people who are not artists, are always interested in the magic of how something was created. This is where you get to say, I love the colors of magenta and yellow, and every time I paint with them, it creates an explosion of color. Use something enthusiastic and have that show up underneath the painting. Here, in this case, Garden Cacophony is one of a series of impressionistic florals that's meant to convey the tangles, marks, and textures of a beautiful flower garden. That, to me, that is engaging. And down here, the website just automatically offers up things that AI probably, I don't know how it knows, but these are some things that maybe the customer would like to go on and take a look at. So here we have this whole, what's called a product. And here is where we entered all the information about this product. So we have the short description, the long description, or the interesting description. Inventory. It's extremely important that you click this little box that says Enable Product Stock Management. Click. And that is because when you're selling a work of art and your chances are you have one of a kind, if you don't put a quantity of one in here, the website is not going to know that when somebody buys it, it's gone. So if you put in your inventory, click, you want to enable stock management, then you put one in here and somebody buys this painting, it's automatically going to be marked on the website as sold. You would think that it would be magic and happen without telling it to, but we have to tell it to. So if you forget this, I did have someone on this website sell a painting and forget to put one in there. And darn if it didn't sell twice.
Oh,
Yes. It's been a few years ago. And she got in touch with the buyer and apologized and made a deal that she would do, a custom thing for him. And it worked out just fine. They were very nice all the way around. But we learned, we learned the hard way. Now, really, there is very little else that you need to do except one thing. What did I tell you? Oh, there is something more important. Shipping and tax. I'm sorry, I forgot about this. This is the other thing that's really important. You've enabled stock management of one quantity, and you're coming down here and you're going to tell the website about how this should be shipped or the details about shipping this product. So here you can see the little gray words that say weight. I keep a kitchen scale in my studio,
oh, wait.
and I enter the weight, but let me tell you, I add, if it's just work on paper where it's about a half a pound, I add a pound. I add a pound if I'm selling a fairly large work on canvas, gallery wrapped canvas that has wood in the support. I'm going to add maybe 2 pounds because here you don't want to sell yourself short and tell the shipper that it weighs less once it's all packaged up. You know, your packaging is going to weigh a little bit. The customer is not going to be charged much more if you add a little buffer to this. I also add in terms of length over here, width over here, and height over here. So you can look at your painting and you can visualize what it would look like packaged in a box or however you're packaging it. You want to add some extra, buffer here to make sure that once you have it packaged, this covers the length, width, height, and weight. That's my best advice. Be generous with this, and the customer will pay for the shipping, so you are not going to charge them all that much more by adding a little bit of extra. What did I tell you a while ago is the most important thing to remember when you're adding information? Scrolling all the way down here and save.
Okay.
Okay. The only thing I haven't covered here on this page is something that's pretty important, and that is the photos up here. Now,
Oh, yeah.
this, when you're taking photos, and I have done classes and I will continue to do YouTube videos and post them on Water Media Gallery. So you want to subscribe on YouTube to the Water Media Gallery site. I will be sending you, when you look at any of my videos, don't forget to subscribe because I will be doing continuously little tidbits of information that will help you. In this case, I will be telling you how to get a really good photograph with just your cell phone. But there are certain circumstances that are really advisable to get a photograph that isn't dingy and dark. You want to make sure that you're photographing, for instance, in the bright shade. Find a sunny day, a beautiful day, and go into the shady, something where nothing is casting shadow over it. You want solid shade on a bright day, and take your picture. Do not include background information. Don't include somebody's fingers holding it on the side or anything like that. And the other thing that I will be teaching is I'll show you here. Something that I did show you before, and that is how to put your painting in context, like this over here with the bed. There are wonderful apps like, for instance, Smartist, Smartist, that you can put on your cell phone. I'll be covering that in another video, but it's really kind of cool that you can add paintings to
Oh.
these apps and show what your painting is going to look like on somebody's wall. You're painting in a room. Here's the painting without being in the room. That's the close-up. And, you can put as many different rooms on here as you want to. You can keep
You
adding.
just put it in there, is that correct?
So see this little plus sign in the square? I can add another photograph. Oh, this is how you add photographs. So you can up here on the top left. Okay, I'm going to go back because I pulled that really fast. So let me go to edit this. Here's this painting that I'm editing now, but let's say I'm just entering it.
Almost.
If I want to keep adding more and more images of this painting that I've taken with my cell phone, I click on this little box with a plus. Click. Or if I want to add an image for the
Lord.
first time. Now, these are my paintings, so don't get distracted by this. If you're starting, you don't have anything in here yet. So if you need to enter something, you can go up here on the top left and click Upload Files. Okay, I clicked Upload Files. I can drop a photo into here. Let's see if I have something handy that I can drop in. Okay, I don't really know what this is, but I can pull something over here and drop it in. Okay, and that's a label. So, and there's a little checkbox on there. And if I want to save that to that combination of images, I go down here and add it to the gallery at the bottom here, add to gallery. So here I'm going to add that weird thing to the gallery, and there it is. So when you view this, this label is going to be there. I'm just showing you how to add an image. I'm going to X off of that, and it gives me a chance to add another one. I'm going to delete that because that really doesn't apply to anything. But the other thing I wanted to show you is add an image, upload files. I can click on select files and I can add an image. I click on the image, whatever it is. You know, you can look at icons, and let's say I want to add something here from my download file. And let's say this is yet another image of that painting, and I add it to gallery. So there it is. And if I looked at this painting now from the front end as a customer, this image would also be available. I can put as many images of a painting as I want. That was my whole point to that. And that's how you add images. Quick edit.
Draft,
Here
stat.
it is. Status.
Status.
Okay.
Draft.
On the
Ah,
draft.
And I have to save this somewhere. Update. Here. Update.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm going to have to make a mental note that if I want to put something in draft, let's say I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be gone for, a few weeks. You have the option of going over here to quick edit, just like we just did. Go to status, draft, if you want to. So that's an option. Any other questions? That was really a good question.
Yeah, Susan,
I
this is Diane.
Yep.
So I know you can get a URL link to post on social media for a particular item. Can you get a URL link for your entire store?
You can. Thank you.
Get a
I'm
what?
artist stores, and I'm going to find me. And here's my store. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All I need to do is go up here,
Okay, great.
click on the URL, copy it, and paste it. So I am so happy that you're all thinking about this, and I don't want you to feel any pressure. There's no pressure here, but if this seems to be something that would work for you, I'd be honored. Are there any other questions?
I had a
Is-
quick question.
Okay.
If a piece is sold, how are you notified?
You are notified immediately by email, the email that you've signed up to WaterMediaGallery. The minute that the transaction happens, the money immediately transfers to your PayPal account. WaterMediaGallery does not have our hand in the money between the customer and your PayPal account. But I'll tell you, I get so excited when I, as an administrator, have a painting sell on the site that I also, if I have your phone number, I'll call you, let alone, send you an email and a text message. I get very excited about sales. So, yeah, that's a good question. But you will be notified right away.
Okay, thank you.
So, thank you all. This has been
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
really helpful. I appreciate your
Good
stay.
idea.
That's exciting.
Yes, and get in touch if you have any questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank you,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.